Somebody who is wicked to the soul will show you their true character. Women, we always forget to choose ourselves first. And also know that like physical abuse is the aftermath of series of emotional abuse. Exactly. First of all, I wish people understand that marriage is not the end. 30 is the new 20 now, right? Like turning 30 is just another day. One thing is that you can choose your husband, but your children cannot choose their father. Hi guys, again, welcome to another episode. So this time around, we are bringing you something spicy, something shocking. This is a story that someone sent in. So I don't know what to expect, but let me read it to you so that we both say what we think. Okay. So the caption is, I married my husband even though he had no sperm and he still treated me terribly. What a story. Hello, ma. I've been following your platform. I'm going through something deep and painful, and I really love to share mine anonymously. So free myself and maybe help someone else who is silently suffering. I got married at the age of 24. Before the wedding, I went to the hospital to do fertility test. My fiancé then, now my husband, accompanied me. My results came back perfectly fine. The doctors then asked if my fiancé had done any fertility tests before, and I said no. They suggested he do one too. Okay. A few weeks later, we got his results. He was diagnosed with azoospermia, a rare fertility condition where no sperm is present. It was shocking, but I loved him deeply, and I believed in our future together. Yeah. I felt he was special and didn't think I would find that kind of connection again. So, despite the news, I married him. He later convinced me to relocate to the UK, saying it would help with his condition. I never wanted to leave Nigeria, but I agreed, hoping we would find a solution. I started working and contributing to house rent, but my marriage hadn't even lasted a year when I experienced physical abuse. He beat me and smashed glass on me, leaving me bleeding and in the hospital. His mother begged me not to involve the police, and out of fear and respect for his life, I kept quiet. Later on, his words became emotionally damaging. During arguments, he would repeatedly say, "Leave my house," and remind me that everything belonged to him. That made me stop paying rent because I felt I had no say despite supporting him. In August of last year, I had an appendix surgery that almost took my life. Around that time, we also confirmed that the azoospermia was not obstructive and incurable. The only option left was IVF with a sperm donor. At first, I found it hard to accept using a donor, not because of fear of judgment, but because I had always pictured having children with my husband and seeing our futures in our children. But after everything I had endured, I accepted it. I started IVF in October, and after Christmas, I had the embryo transfer. The doctors advised I stay back in Nigeria until mid-January to allow the pregnancy settle, but my husband insisted I return to the UK with him in the first week of January. I didn't want to argue. The pregnancy test came back positive. I was happy, not because life was perfect, but because it gave me some hope after all the pain. But soon after, I started bleeding. We discovered it was an ectopic pregnancy, and I had to undergo another surgery where I lost one of my fallopian tubes. Oh my God. I had to sign the surgery concept form myself while in pain. After surgery, I was broken. I cried constantly, but my husband showed no care as expected. It was like just a normal thing to him. He returned to his games, his Twitter space, as if nothing serious had happened. I was completely alone in that pain. From August to January, I went through appendix surgery, IVF, embryo transfer, ectopic pregnancy, and another major surgery, all within 6 months. I was completely mentally, emotionally, physically drained. By March, we were barely speaking. I wasn't okay mentally or emotionally. I began questioning everything, marrying him, relocating, agreeing to IVF. I couldn't even return to work. Despite that, I never expected the rent issues to resurface after everything I just went through, from surgery to emotional breakdown. At that point, I had barely even healed. I hadn't resumed work yet and was planning to start work again in April. Still, he went as far as telling my mother over the phone that if I couldn't pay house rent, I would have to go and live in a separate place. Paying rent was never the issue. The real issue was that I was paying rent in a house where I was constantly reminded it didn't belong to me. Only he could go out without explaining where he was going. But I couldn't leave the house without telling him every single detail. I wasn't even allowed to leave the key behind the door, but he could. It always felt like I was just a guest in a house I was helping to sustain. Now I'm about to be 30. I feel completely drained. I gave everything, my body, my tube, my mental health, received nothing in return but ingratitude and emotional silence. Not even the smallest sign of appreciation or understanding for the pain and sacrifice I went through. None of it was ever about money. It was about love, loyalty, and support. For not once did he show he truly saw and valued me. Can he return the years I gave? Can he return the part of myself I lost in all of this?
First of all, I wish people understand that marriage is not the end. That's number one.
It's not what defines you.
It's not what defines you. Yeah, like it's not the end of the world as well. Because reading this thing, it just all I could just see was someone that didn't care about someone else. Like he didn't love her. Because you cannot treat the person that you love this way. And then telling someone that you love and care about, that your wife, that if she doesn't parent, someone that couldn't work because of the pregnancy, the surgeries, and all these things.
How many surgeries in 6 months?
And all these things was to bring forth life, a child for the both of you. And then you're telling me if I cannot parent, that I should move out, I would move out. And a place where like you're not feeling like it's your house, like they're always constantly reminding you that, because I'm believing that marriage, you're supposed to be a union, which is one. So why am I hearing things like it belongs to me, it doesn't belong to you? What's that? What are we not doing?
Which properties are we selling?
Like, what am I doing here then? Because like I don't get it, and I don't want it to sound like, oh, you're being a feminist or you're being bitter and all. No, but you that maybe you want to write that comment, think about that this was your sister being treated this way, or this was your daughter being treated this way. You wouldn't make that comment because you're beating me. Like even just that first touch, like you throwing glass at me, that would have been the end. Because for what is what, I would never raise a son that would, if I hear that my son raised a hand and beat his wife, I will bring you home and I will deal with you, because you will tell me where you learned that in the first place.
I like the way she started with pointing out that the man have no sperm, like stating his condition. And based on that, I wanted to say that whatever condition somebody is in, whether the person is crippled or blind or whatever, would not change who they are and how they treat you. More than anything, I think it could even add to it, because now they project their frustrations on you. I don't know if it has anything to do with how he's treating her, you, but like I don't really think so.
It doesn't, Chama. Yeah. It doesn't. People are who they are.
Yeah.
It's not because he's impotent, that's why it has always been there.
Because now she's making an honest effort to give birth to a child in your name. Where I'm from, in my culture, back in the days, I don't know if it's still the same right now. I think it's still the same. You give birth to children in it doesn't matter whether you're impotent or whatever. Growing up, I knew a few people that they said we are impotent, but they had children,
and the children bear
their name. And that is the satisfaction you need to get. Like, if you know that this is your condition already, I don't think this is even about child or no child. Somebody who is wicked to the soul will show you their true character. Whether he has sperm or he doesn't have sperm, he will still have treated her as bad.
Yeah, and I think another thing too is most times women, we always forget to choose ourselves first. And that's one thing that I rep men for. Men would always choose themselves.
Yeah, they're very selfish.
They would. I wish we can learn that as women.
Yeah.
Men would, if it's not working for, a man would propose when he's ready. Not when you as a girl
Everything
is ready.
Is about him, yeah.
A man would do it when it favors him.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. I feel like the man has seen that you're not choosing yourself. So why would I choose you?
Mm-hmm.
He's seen through her. Like, that's just, I wish we can get to a point as women where we can learn to say, I think I'm going to choose myself first.
Whatever happens.
Because now, in a situation where you're being beaten up, you're being abused, verbally, physically, emotionally, what are you doing? Like, why are you still there then? Like, why are you still there? Do you think that if the reverse were to be the case, do you think that this person would have stayed with you? Like, if you try to just reverse it, just you not being able to bring up rent and he's telling you to vacate, do you think that if
I think
tables
he's
were
been saying
turned,
that even before she went through all the things she was saying that she can't believe he brought it up again, even when she has lost her job and have gone through everything that she has gone through. Like,
if the tables were turned, trust me,
he would have left her.
He would have left you
long
time ago.
You know, I'm not saying whether you should leave or not leave, but what I'm saying is that you should find yourself. You know,
me, I'm saying leave because this person is not going to change. I am saying leave because for someone to raise a hand, throw glasses at you, telling you after all the pains you went through, taking in another man's sperm,
you couldn't call the security because you're trying to protect your
abuser. Not like, if we list all the things, there is no happiness or joy for you in any way that you can hold on to. You're not holding on to the character, you're not holding on to finances, you're not holding on to love or care. Like, there's really nothing for you to hold on to. This man abuses you.
Yeah.
This man cannot give you children. This man doesn't care about you. He doesn't take care of you.
But you know what? I feel like the lady doesn't know it yet, but she's very, 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 very insecure. She doesn't know it. Like, some of the things we call love are actually far from love.
Very far.
But the easy thing to say is, I love this person, you know. But it's not really love. It's because you don't love yourself
enough to know when to walk away.
To know when to walk away. And because you want this thing so much, so you're ready to take any shit, you know, because you want this thing. And they already know that you want this thing.
And then even looking at her comments when she says she's almost turning 30, making it look like as you just turned 30, your whole world ends. 30, you're still very, very young. You can do a lot of things in your 30s. If we're looking at it, okay, let's say people's average death term is 70. It means that you still have a whole lot of fucking 40 years. It means
you've not lived half of your life.
You haven't even lived half of your life.
So why make a fuss?
Why make a fuss about the 30? Because I feel like maybe that's what is keeping you there. Because by the time you leave at 30, you'll be unmarried.
How can I be getting divorced at 30?
Do you want to be dead at 30? There are some people that die at 30. So you want one day when he's beating you and you drop dead. So that is better for you than you starting afresh, picking up the pieces of your life and giving yourself a new life and starting again at 30. Please, let's always remember to choose ourselves. I'm begging you people.
And when they beat her up to the point that she was hospitalized, you know, sometimes reporting this crime, even if you're trying to protect the man, I feel like honestly,
reporting the man will help another lady not go through that.
Apart from that, I think it would also help the man, you know. To be honest with you, I know it sounds cliche, but if the system is holding you accountable, then you will see the need to work on yourself because you definitely have anger issues. So report the person. The fact that you're reporting the person doesn't even mean that they're deporting the person. So why are you protecting him too much? You know, at the expense of you being hospitalized. I feel like that's the extreme case of it.
My advice would be, learn to love yourself. Yeah. Choose yourself. Because if the reverse were to be the case, most men, when they find out that you're barren, they will not be with you.
And also know that, like, physical abuse is the aftermath of series of emotional abuse.
Exactly.
Like, physical abuse doesn't just happen. Once it gets, and it's not even the worst. It's not like all of them are bad, but even that emotional abuse you're going through is even worse than even that physical. You're thinking that, oh, he can beat me. Like, you're being abused without you even knowing it. And you're feeling like, oh, I'm trying to protect my family. I'm trying to nurture my family. But you don't have a family. I'm sorry.
And then let me even ask you, are you not even scared that if this man beats you like this, what makes you think that him having the knowledge that this child is in no way related to him by blood, what makes you think that he will not abuse your child as well? Are you even thinking about that? Like, whenever I tell people, like, when you're choosing a partner and you intend to have children, please always think about your children. Because now, when you bring forth a child that you're going to raise with this man, and he's beating you, the chances are that he will still abuse your children.
Yeah.
Do you want, like, when you look at this man, is this someone that you want your children to look up to? If the answer is no, what are you doing there with him? Like, this thing is pissing me off.
My sixth sense to this person is that I know that whatever you're going through now, you're not even feeling yourself. You don't like, she definitely feel helpless in this situation, because I think she would only look back and see how she's been acting in this situation. So I just hope that you choose yourself this once, and really prioritize your mental health. What is hurting me now is that she's out of job. I wish she still have a job so that she would at least have that independence, So maybe you should stop thinking about this whole having children, or focus on your healing, because you've gone through a lot in a very short time. Like ectopic, the appendix, the series of surgeries,
the IVF,
on a single body that is still constantly being abused.
Choose yourself. For now, leave the children for now. You're 30, sister. You're not even up to 30. Young. You're still very, very, very young. Don't let society put pressure on you with this age thing. I am 30.
30 is the new 20 now, right? Turning 30 is just another day.
It's another day, exactly. It doesn't change anything. It's another day.
It's not like once you turn 30, you suddenly become an adult. It's just the next day. There's nothing there. Anyways, I just hope that you find yourself, because you seem to be very lost and helpless, and I just hope you choose yourself this one time and try to prioritize what makes you happy. Try to find your happiness again. Try to find your foot again, and heal your body and your soul and your spirit, and then you'll be able to, because if you're going through all these series of, abuse and frustration, a child might not even be able to grow in your stomach,
because you're stressed.
Yeah.
So that stress is not even good for you to be able to carry a child. And then I'm begging you, for the sake of your unborn children, please choose a better father for them.
Yeah.
Because yes, he's going to be your husband, but one thing is that you can choose your husband, but your children cannot choose their father. That's one thing you need to know. You can choose your partner, but your children cannot choose their father. So when you're making these choices, I plead with you to choose a good father for your children, so that they can be proud of the man and say, hey, this is my dad. Not the one where their father is coming, they are scared because the man will masquerade in the house.
Yeah.
Imagine your children watching your husband, their father, beat you. What do you think that would do to their mental health?
And moving abroad doesn't change.
It doesn't change a man or a woman.
An abuser is an abuser.
Imagine your son. If your son is watching your husband, their father, beat you, the likelihood of him also thinking that is okay, he might end up beating his sisters. He might end up beating his future wife. So please, if you're choosing your partner, I beg you, consider your children. Because they don't have that right to choose their father, make a good choice for them.
And also, if for some reason, of course, the right decision to make is to leave this situation. But if for some reason, this love you're professing, you love the man so much, you can't do without him, which is already a very bad place to be at. Because once you start feeling like you can't live without somebody else, you're planning your life around this person who don't care about you, who is not seeing you in their future. So if for some reason you really, really don't want to leave, seek for systems that would hold your partner accountable. Try to make the situation at least a little better than what it is, but you can't thrive in that environment.
You truly cannot.
Period.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Let me even read what someone said. Someone said, you're letting an impotent man treat you like this. Sister, if the reverse was the case, he won't even marry you. He won't
choose you.
Dear women, we need to learn self-love from men. Those people are very selfish about themselves and what they want, and I love that part of them. We extend so much grace to people who hurt and demean us, and I honestly don't know why it's like that. Dust your feet and leave that unfortunate person you're married to. Someone else now said, dear poster, I am so sorry you had to go through all that. I'm glad you're alive to tell this story. It's not too late to make the right decision. Yeah. Please live to live and prioritize yourself. Sending you love and warm homes. Anyways, someone said, despite all, you wanted to have a child with a man that abuses you. Why? Why do you despise yourself this much? Together forever is earned.
I don't like the blame on her, because I honestly feel like she's not in the right mental space. Do you get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story is long.
She'll look look back at this
infantina
situation and
just
feel disgusted in
Because I
herself
was
for even
probably
staying
like,
in
yeah,
this
she will feel
situation.
very disgusted. Like when
Yeah.
she realizes, I hope that she realizes while she's alive. Like
Yeah.
when she realizes that, okay, it's time for me to choose myself. I'm really sorry that life dealt you this card. I hope that you find the strength to pick up the pieces and say, okay, I have learned my lessons. I know that it came the very hard and difficult ways, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. But I pray that you find the strength to pack your bags, leave, and start afresh.
Yeah.
30 is never too late. Trust me, you will even be able to find someone who would love and appreciate you.
You will think you're in love until your eyes open and you see that there was nothing to be loved. Yeah.
And then for my male and females who are watching this, please always remember you can easily choose your partner, but your children cannot choose their parents. So please.
Word.
Please, whenever
Say it again.
Please, I beg you all. You as a man or a woman can choose your partner.
Yeah.
But your children cannot choose their parents.
Yeah.
So when you're saying, oh, love, always make sure that the person's character, when this person looks up, would they be proud that your children, would they be proud to say, oh, this is my father, oh, this is my mother? So always think of them, especially if you plan to bring kids into this world. If you're with a woman or a man that abuses you, imagine your child watching you get abused. What do you think that would do to them growing up? What do you think that would do to their partners? So it means that we are going to start creating a circle of people being abused.
Yeah. And they say that hurt people.
So
the cycle just keep going round and
exactly.
round.
So please, let's remember to always choose ourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you.
To this lady, I'm sending you a lot of love and light. I hope you find your feet in this whole situation.
Amen.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Just please drop your comments in the comment section and tell us what you think about this situation. Like, I don't want to say you should imagine yourself in this situation because it's a very tough situation to be in.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in another episode.
Bye guys.